There is only one indigenous broadcaster championing the cause for the restoration of Biafra. Biafra Human Rights Radio. Of course, unstoppable and remains the beacon of truth. It has been so since yesterday, and it is today and forever. There is
Land of the rising sun, we love and cherish. Beloved homeland of our brave heroes. We must defend our lives or we shall perish. We shall protect our hearts from all our foes. But if their prize is death for all we hold dear, then let us die without a shred of fear. Held to Biafra, consecrated nation, O fatherland, this be our solemn pledge. Defending this shall be a dedication. Spilling our blood we count a privilege. The waving standard which emboldens the free shall always be a flag of liberty. We shall emerge triumphant from this ordeal, and through the crucible unscathed we'll pass. When we are poised the wounds of battle to heal, we shall remember those who died in mass. Then shall our trumpets fill the glorious sun. Our victory will scarred our minds around. Oh God, protect us from the hidden pitfall. Guide all our movement lest we go astray. Give us the strength to hear the humanist call, to give and not to count their cost each day. Bless those who rule to serve with resoluteness, to make this climb a land of righteousness.
Hey Baba! You got your Baba! Hey! Kuzani mo pegi ya kalela! Hey Baba! Hey
indigenous broadcaster championing the cause for the restoration of Biafra. Biafra Human Rights Radio.
From the day we arrive on this planet, and the blinking step into the sun.
There is more to see that can never be seen, more to do that can never be done.
There is far too much to take in here, more to find that can never be found.
Oh, the sun rolling high through the sapphire sky keeps great and small on the endless road.
championing the cause for the restoration of Biafra. Biafra Human Rights Radio. Of course, unstoppable and remains the beacon of truth. It has been so since yesterday, and it is today and forever.
Yes, once again, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, men and women of goodwill, conscientious people, wherever you are all over the world, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. This is Radio Biafra Extra, and we are streaming live through Biafra Human Right and Freedom Radio Station. Biafra Human Right and Freedom Radio Station is being anchored by Diokpa Uche Okafor Mefo, who hails from Abatete in Anambra State, Biafra land. He is the man who has assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. This is one word I do not expect everyone to understand the mindset behind it from inception. But I'm glad that on a daily basis, the picture is becoming clearer. I must move on as customary demand on this platform to acknowledge members of the de facto customary government, genuine Biafrans who are out there, making enormous sacrifice financially and otherwise to ensure that Biafra is restored by engaging the global community through the preamble of law. I acknowledge every member of the parliamentary body, of course the advisory body of the de facto customary government, every member of the executive, of course the implementation body of the de facto customary government. You are all highly appreciated, and Biafrans, thank you for the unseen battle you fight on their behalves. I acknowledge members of Biafra Nation Alliance, men and women who against all choose to stand at the path of righteousness, preferring rather to stand alone than to move with the crowd. Honestly, those who are against you as a result of the ideology that has consumed them already, they envy you, they jealous you. The media department, the administrators, and of course the board of trustees, the members, you are all highly appreciated. I will acknowledge indigenous people of Nnamdi Kanu who are out there. Those of you on Facebook, that is indigenous people of Nnamdi Kanu. They are enforcing sit at home, the last sit at home, on the day Nnamdi Kanu came to court. They just destroying everywhere, scattering everywhere. That is the indigenous people of Nnamdi Kanu. If they are not doing that, they are on Facebook, insulting everybody, abusing everybody, disagreeing with everybody, and it's look as if they don't have anybody to kill again, so they are killing themselves. And the truth is coming out. Believe me, we are not happy about all these things. We want them to be able to see how bad they have gone. They've gone from bad to worst. We just want to believe God will help them to repent. We just want them to also understand that they are not invincible, all of them. Every day of my life, I keep praying for them, from their leader to the least member of IPOB, that God should not allow them to make the mistake that will bring an end to everything they have faith in or they believed in. Honestly. And I know he will answer that prayer. And so if you are indigenous people of Nnamdi Kanu, we call you IPONG. That is full meaning, indigenous people of Nnamdi Kanu. This is the time you need to go back to the rudimental principle, reevaluate your position, and maybe you can be able to save your life and become part of that salvation instrument, that part of that tools that is there to salvage the Biafra nation. Honestly, you wasted your time, you still wasting your effort and your resources to where? I call on China Sangworu. I will know how many Biafrans you will kill before your time is up. Continue killing them. Your Facebook warrior, Irat, their power is dwindling on the second base, on daily basis. Please send more. Chikedozen, send more. The only area you people have been able to think very fast is how to undo your own brother. But like I told you, I am your destiny and I am your doom. And least I forget, I am George ONYIBE. I come from Abo in Delta State, a car to be precise, and of course, and Nyoma is Biafra. There's no doubt about that. I acknowledge genuine individuals, most of which are not Biafrans, most of which are Biafrans, but they don't even believe in what we are doing. But that doesn't make them less human. Most of them pray for us. Tonight, I want you to understand that our prayers are with you also. You have supported in terms of moral. You have supported financially. You have shown that you are there for us and with us. And I can assure you tonight that your presence has been an inspiration to everything we are doing here. And this having been said, acknowledge the Creator, the maker of the heaven and the earth. He who is just and righteous. He who sees remain final. He is our wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. He is the one who has set our feet upon this path that we must walk. And we understand fully well that there is a difference between knowing the path and walking the path. How can we be able to prevail? How can we be able to walk triumphantly, within and without, in the presence of friends and foe, except He is with us? And I acknowledge Him this evening, and I say, He is my everything. He is my all. He is my everything, both great and small. He gave His life for me and set me free. He is my everything. And now what about you? You see. And of course, we must proceed to look into our discussion this evening. The people of Biafra must understand the purpose of this work on Biafra Human Rights and Freedom Radio Station is not to undermine anybody. This is not to cast assertion. This is not to undermine anybody in whatsoever way or form. But we understand that the word of God is for rebuke, is for correction, is for instruction, that the man of God may be truly equipped. And so what we do here is for rebuke, is for correction, is for instruction, that Biafrans may be truly equipped, because we are fighting to restore a nation. This is as a matter of national urgency, and all of us must do the needful. And so get used to it. You may not like the pattern we use, but don't worry, you will get used to it. You may not agree with us holistically, we understand, but believe me, we have no bad intention. We keep doing it the way we are led to do it, and somewhere, somehow, you will understand the mindset behind all our activities, because some of them are very dirty, more dirtier than the pig, and so they fight from the mud. And so they feel because you're putting a white apparel, you cannot come to the mud to fight with them. And if you continue to ignore them, they are damaging almost everything that represents us as a people. We cannot allow that to happen. And so if the only option we have is to go down to the mud and fight with them, we will make sure we do that in order to embrace this peace, to see this peace that we long for, that we seek for, that brought us here in the first place. It is intimidation and harassment. It is subjugation and emasculation. It is disenfranchisement, nepotism, among others, that brought us here. A deliberate attempt to destroy everything that pertains us as a people. This was war in disguise. Of course, there was a war, but yet the war never ended as suggested by most people. It is still ongoing. We can't even see it. It is still ongoing diabolically. The war is still going on financially. It is still going on socially. It is going on in every aspect of our life. And most of us has gotten used to suffering, and so they believe that is how it's supposed to be. It is not so. Let God touch our hearts, our mind, that we understand that indeed we are living in hell. We are. Our topic this evening is simply titled Law, the most effective tools in the nation building. Law, the most effective tools in the nation building. In my last broadcast, I talked about conspiracy theory, and I didn't have enough time to go in depth. Of course, I had no intention of doing that. But for clarity's sake, conspiracy theory has started manifesting itself already. For instance, most of you were rejoicing that the court in Abia State judged in favor of Nnamdi Kanu and they gave him 1 billion naira. And you were happy. Oh, we have won, we have won. But at the same time, another supposedly Oduduwa agitator, just like Nnamdi Kanu, in the same court, his case against Nigeria, they received favor. And do you know how much they gave to him? Is it not 10 billion? And so, who is deceiving who? Which lawyer represented and so they gave him 10 billion. And so, which lawyer represented Nnamdi Kanu and they gave him 1 million? Who did they destroy their building? Who did they kill their people? Or Nnamdi Kanu? Conspiracy theory. I'm coming. I heard Simeon Ekpa arranging a broadcast to tell you that it's China Sanwo-Olu that killed Ikonso. Our people don't hear word. Our people, I know something need to happen to us before we get it right. My people will say, that is exactly the position where we are. The rain is just falling, drizzling. And most of you will say, anyway, let me wait. I won't allow this rain to beat me because it's drizzling. Let's wait a little bit. You run into a shade. But there is something unique about Abo people. The moment they run into the shade to avoid the rain that is drizzling, and then all of a sudden it begins to fall heavily. Do you know what they do? Whether they were putting on gold, silver, or diamond, they will enter the rain. And so my people believe that there is something about us. We don't allow small rain to beat us. It is big rain that will mess us up. I think I see the same character manifesting in the life of Biafra agitators. When we are telling you, my guy, the rain is just drizzling. Let us hurry and go home. Some of you stand put. Let's wait. This small rain can't beat me. Watch out. The rain is going to fall heavily. It's going to beat the big. It's going to beat the small. It's going to beat the military. It's going to beat the civilian. It is going to affect all of us one way or the other. Because if you are invincible, your families are not. Your children are not. If you are so powerful, I do not think every member of your family is as powerful as you are. You see, somewhere along the line, there is always a loophole. And so one way or the other, somebody related to you will suffer for it. And may God deliver us from things we know nothing about. And as we were saying, this scenario is just a way to review conspiracy theory. When Ikonso, for instance, was killed, IPOB rushed to the social media. Hey, Nigeria has killed Ikonso. DSS has killed Ikonso. We are the watchmen. We review all the picture online. We investigated what was going on. And we discovered that it's not Nigerian DSS. Honestly, I'm not speaking in their defense. But I know Nigeria may be a zoo. Nigeria may be anything we call them, rightfully so. But Nigerian police on a duty assignment cannot strangle a civilian. Nigerian police are involved in robbery. They are involved in bunkering. They are involved in all manner of criminal activities that it will beat your imagination. You can imagine when they stand on the checking point and they arrest you and convict you for a crime you have not committed, and they pull their uniform and take you to a POS center and withdraw your money as a legal charge or whatever. And honestly, they are terrible, I agree with you. But you see, the scenario of Ikonso, those of us who know that he who do he, understand perfectly well that it's not Nigeria. Ikonso has diabolical charm, powers that protect him. And don't let anybody deceive you. We have such powers in existence, just that they have been compromised. When more than 70 to 90% of native doctor, Dibia, Ubebulu, in Biafra land are working in affiliation with the DSS, why do you think they will give you the right charm? So Ikonso is a custodian. They couldn't shoot him. They couldn't kill him. They strangled him. They now published a picture where he was wearing his Babalawo uniform, and then different story begin to emerge. I discovered that IPOB media warrior punk, some of those idiots on my platform now talking rubbish. They didn't get clear directive from China Sanguru, and so their post was contradicting each other. For Nnamdi Kanu to distract all of you, and I say, I will bury them with 2,000 head. I will bury them with 2,000 head. The 10th virgin they sacrificed was actually meant to remove the wrath of the gods from their life, having killed an innocent man. Who betrayed Biggie? Who betrayed what do you call this guy? Lion Squad. Why did I forget his name? Who betrayed Akwara? Who betrayed Dragon? Go and look at all these people. Where is Ojukwu? I'm talking about Chisobase, Lion Squad. Who betrayed all of them? Only very few of them are walking on the street. And do not think it's over. Because I have told you, you won't believe until autopilot or Wada Highway or the Yahoo telling you things that will make you happy. They tell you, then it would have been too late because your head is off already. Then I say, it's China Sangweru that killed them. It's China Sangweru that killed them. You have DOS. All of you say, our DOS. But very soon anyway, you will understand that DOS is righteous compared to Nnamdi Kanu. These are conspiracy theory. You won't believe. It's quite complicated. And now you are just, our leader, Nigeria is giving Biafra 1 billion. Hey. Why are we doing this to ourselves? They've just created a platform where anybody in the nearest future from across Nigeria will commit the same offense. They will give them 100 billion. This time will be in tons of dollars. The people of the South Biafrans, of course, agitated for what do you call it? Resource control. They attack oil facilities. They disrupt the economic of the nation. It's their right. They, by every means necessary, registered their displeasure. And then under Goodluck Yaradua, there was a conspiracy theory. With a Goodluck Ebere Jonathan, they rally around and say, oh, Niger Delta Development, duru. Niger Delta Development, duru. And they begin to be away, yes, so it has paid off. Are they not paying the same NDDC to the northern people? IDP camp, do you know the tons of billion? And so if they have ever given you 1 million naira in the name of Niger Delta Development Fund, believe me, they have collected 100 billion. But this is in dollars. Conspiracy theory anyway. And there is no evidence now. But this is what they do. It's just like everything going on around you. All of them are signal to showcase what is about to come to us as a people. And I wish we are wise enough to understand all these things that are going on. Every decision taken, every action made on this platform of compromising will become the nail and hammer that will further destroy all that is left of us as a people. For instance, in Nnamdi Kanu court case, on the 15th charge count against him, only 2 things are needed to convict Nnamdi Kanu, which are inciting, meaning encouraging or stirring up violence or unlawful behavior. They just need only 2 things to nail Nnamdi Kanu permanently. In fact, let's look at only one. Incitement. That one is there. You are happy now. Hey, our lawyers are formidable. They responded with over 4,000 pages into the 15 card changes. The judge could not review it. They have abandoned it. You are rejoicing. Hey, we shock them. We shock them, Abi. Get ready, because you are clueless. I'm just trying to make you see the other side of the coin you are not seeing. All they need in a competent court jurisdiction, just only one is enough to put Nnamdi Kanu out completely. And that is the case of incitement. Simple incitement. For those of you who do not understand what incitement means, it is encouraging or stirring up violence or unlawful behavior. Nnamdi Kanu is said to be inciting. The 15-count charge clearly reveals that Nnamdi Kanu is said to be inciting. That it was actually said by Nnamdi Kanu, whether it is a word or of inciting or action, it was Nnamdi Kanu was involved. We can interpret this law from the four corners of the wall. Like the game of chess, we know what every movement signifies. We know the actions, the consequences. We know the advantage and the disadvantage of every movement. We only need to position ourselves strategically to remain on the winning side, irrespective of the damage it may cause at the moment of movement initiated. Now the Kanu, for instance, like I was saying, was charged with Terrorism Act, Terrorism Prevention Act. If you look at the Terrorism Prevention Act of Nigeria 2013, the section 1 of it, subsection 2, this is what he say. According to Nigerian constitution, because you are going to tell me, oh, it is the code, it is a decree, we don't agree, it's fraudulent constitution. But that is why many groups are fighting. Let there be constitutional review. But it exists at the moment. Nigeria is a sovereign state and their constitution is photocopy. These were the more reason why we should understand that Nigeria is run by code, not law. When the military is in power, the constitution is suspended. And so they use code to rule you. And then under civilian, it becomes law. And so they have switched the code. They have now turned it to law. The constitution is suspended, whether you know it or you don't know it. That remains the gospel truth. And now the Terrorism Prevention Act of 2013, like I said, section 1 and subsection 2, it states the following. A person or body, that is corporate body, who knowingly, in or outside Nigeria, directly or indirectly, willingly incite, promises or incite any other person by any means whatsoever to commit any act of terrorism or any of these offenses referred to in this act, commit an offense under the act, and it is liable to conviction to a maximum of death sentence. We are coming. Now, I need you to notice the following. It then implies that number one, the offense can be committed anywhere. It is not limited in Nigeria or within the Nigerian border. So when Nnamdi Kanu was in London and was making order, give me wicked head, give me this one, do this one, burn Tinubu house, do this one, do that one. Whether I was in Nigeria, whether I was outside Nigeria, I will go to Abuja, I will bring Buhari head. Any day you find me, you don't see me, sing the zoo. All of them, they are so numerous. He said it doesn't matter. Number two, implication. It can be committed by any means, including words of mouth. This very crime, even by ordinary broadcasting, because the key word here is by any means whatsoever. Any means you use to incite people, it doesn't mean. So far as incitement, you've committed that offense. So you can say, is it not what he said? He just said it now. He just said it now. I'm coming. Number 3 implication. Just ordinary incitement alone is to be an offense. The actual act of terrorism is not yet carried out. So this one I'm just pointing out from the 1 count charge to Nnamdi Kanu, the act of terrorism. The crime of incitement is just a spare tire. It's not even the real motor. For your information. And now the upper limit, that is the maximum of the sentence, is death. Death sentence. And this is to be decided by the judge. So conviction will be based on whether there was an act of incitement and who carried it out. That's all. Any other thing anyone is saying is immaterial. Are you getting the point now? So your lawyers are dancing just to make you feel everything is well. The social media lawyers, they are throwing one leg for you. You are happy. Hey, our leader, very intelligent. Hey, Hausa is a Mugu, right? Fulani is a Mugu, right? That is why some people who has a little bit sense have started telling you the only solution is political solution. Political solution simply mean avert justice. Political solution simply mean trade by barter. In any way, somebody got to pay for Nnamdi Kanu SSCs. And who will that person be? Will it be the general populace? Will it be the Kingsmaker? Will it be IPONC members? Will it be Nnamdi Kanu? Will it be innocent people who are already paying with their life? I would have loved to play so much audio this evening so that IPONC can begin to organize. This time is 300 days of fasting and prayer because your leader need it very well. And Nigeria must understand your political solution, your religious solution, your 419 solution, your judicial solution. We are watching. The watchmen are watching. The people are watching. The sins will be recorded against all of you. And if it be the act of righteousness, it shall be also recorded in your favor. And so make no mistake about that. And some of you think, we are in charge of the power. We can do and undo. My dear, don't deceive yourself. God is the judge of us all. And now let's look at just one of them and let's see how it's going to be. Let's see how it's going to be.
It's 8:50 p.m. To hear your notifications while your phone is locked, you'll need to turn on personal results. On your phone.
Just a minute, because we need to get it.
On your own head. Anybody that takes out weekend will get 100 million. It's set aside. If you do it and I don't give you 100 million, then I am not a human being. Wike offered 50 million bounty on the head of a Biafran. I don't want to, I think Wike will double it on your own head. Anybody that takes out Wike will get 100 million. It's set aside. If you do it and I don't give you 100 million, then I am not a human being, but I'm an animal. Wike is 100 million. Anybody who can take him down, 100 million, dead or alive, 100 million on the head of Wike, 100 million. He's an idiot. A fool he is, after all, because you grew little Hitler mustache. You think you've arrived, idiot. Wike is 100 million for his head. I will pay cash. And the money is in Biafra land. I will pay you cash, 100 million. Take down Wike.
And don't let anybody deceive you. This is just one, very fair. So IPONC can begin to jump up. He's talking to his brother. He's talking. What of Tinubu? Burn Tinubu house. Tinubu will know. I just give an order. They burn him. All the audios. The lawyers should be drinking Nescafe now, because they have a lot of work to do. They are only solution is political solution, and political solution is somebody is going to betray the next generation of Biafra and let Nnamdi Kanu out. Our interest is that we must know who you people are going to betray. We want to know, and then we will need to find out if there are life of people that is less human. If you go back to that charge, there are many things hidden in there. If his legal representative understand, they won't be dancing in the law court. Social media lawyers, they are jumping up and down. They are eating on blood money, innocent Biafrans money, Keke na Pepe money, Okada riders money, unemployment youth money, our money. I'm not talking about those of you in diaspora. If you work for $100, bring it and enter Nigeria. Your $100 at this moment is about almost 200 naira. If I work and I'm paid 4,000 naira, it can't even buy 3 cups of rice for me here in Nigeria. Those of you in diaspora, if you work and get $4,000 in a day, my dear, you can buy my community. So I'm not talking about all those of you there. It's not as if life is better for you, but at least you are better, far better than us. And so the 500 we pay almost a decade. I have all my receipt in tattoo for record purposes. I have my receipt. I'm not talking about that contribution. And criminals are there robbing hell out of all of us. Check how much it is. And now let us go back to the count charges, so you appreciate our essence of discussion this evening. Count 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, and 13. All the charges there come under the word incitement. Vividly written. That you incited, that you incited, that you incited. So the 15 amended charges. Count 4, count 5, count 6, 7, count 8, count 9, count 10, count 12, and 13. They come under the word incitement. I'll say it, Yana. Embodiment of incitement, but also accompanied with threat. That is the verse 15 now. Verse 11 is not just incitement; it comes with threat. And then verse or the charge 15, that is just an allegation, because it can be defended in the law court, and so that may not stand. And now we have more than 1,001 evidence of Nnamdi Kanu incitement. The point was that time he was shouting on radio, "I am God, I can kill you, bring this one here, I will kill you, kill all of them." That was the time in particular when the people advising him were fed up. They wouldn't listen. So everybody were just like looking at this man. He's very intelligent, he's very wise. And now the result is coming out gradually. When he be narrating, he has nailed his head. He has nailed himself. In our next broadcast, we will go further to review in depth on the implication behind all those count charges. Our people have taken their time to review the implications. And when this truth hit your door, eventually, it will blow your mind. But let's not forget our topic this evening, our main focus, which is reminding Biafrans that law is the most effective tools when it comes to a nation building. I remember in those days when we were very proud to make it known to the world that we are here to engage the global community. We are here to fight for our freedom, and we will engage all the parties involved through the preamble of the law. We said we were going to bring Biafra without a gunshot. We worked very hard And we talk about reorganizing, which is the ultimate solution to the restoration of Biafra. This is about creating a system where we are guided by rules and regulation. The law goes beyond the written constitution. Every progressive society understands the need why code of governance must be introduced. It goes beyond. It may go with different name based on the issue at hand. It could be called bylaw. It could be called modus operandi. It could be referred to as rules. It could be referred to as regulation. It could be called constitution. Of course, as the case may be. But we must not fail to set distinction between the written and the unwritten constitution in order to prevent a clear picture of these tools. We've been talking about the law. We've been talking about the constitution. First of all, it can come in form of written. It can come in form of unwritten. Now let's digress a little bit to create a more clearer picture. And so whatever you are doing at this moment, we must learn to engage the organization, the institution, everyone that is involved in the process of restoring this nation, Biafra. We must learn to engage them by the rules. We must learn to engage them by the book. Because if you go outside the book, you can only run for the why. You can only shout, harass, and intimidate. But the Lord will catch up with you very soon. I remember the advice my father gave to me some time ago. He said, when you have issue with the government, all they need to do is come closer to you. They review you. You won't know. They will keep you quiet. He said, very soon, they'll be very close to you. It's in different means. And then they throw a chain on you. It could be leg chain, it could be waist chain, it could be hand chain. And then they leave you. You'll be doing what you are doing. They'll be looking at you. It's any day they need you. That is the day you will know that they have chained you for a very long time. He said, be very careful they don't throw chain on you. You are not going anywhere. And so when we talk about rules, law, regulation, constitution, bylaw, modus operandi, as the case may be, it can come in form of written and it can come in form of unwritten. If we talk about written constitution or written laws, it was not God's intention to give the people of Israel the law written on the tablet of stone. But the Bible says because of the hardness of the heart of people, their wickedness, he decided to write it down. Ordinarily, God understands that writing down the constitution that will guide the children of Israel, it is not best to write it down. But necessity, like we said, become the mother of invention. God saw the people were very wicked. And so writing the law, the constitution, down on a tablet of stone, it's not for everybody to be enlightened. That is not the mindset. So that they will know. If I ask Christians today, it will shock you that 90% of Christians today, irrespective of their denomination, cannot even recite the 10 Commandments. They don't know the 10 Commandments. 90% of the Christians. It will shock you. The only thing is everybody know there is something known as 10 Commandments. So it is easy for them to say the 10 Commandments. And sometimes one is always being used. Honor your father and your mother, which is the first commandment with promise. 90% of Christians don't even know the 10 Commandments. And so you see, it is not about enlightening the people. That was why God wrote it on the tablet of stone. Because the moment the constitution is written down, the genuine intention why it is written down is to stand as a witness, a testament against the people. And now you see, Each time you come up, you say our constitution, our constitution. The written constitution is by no means there to protect the people as it claims or profess to be. It is there to stand as a testament against the people. I'm sure Nnamdi Kanu is not aware of this. Because today, he's not fighting anybody. He's fighting with the gadget. He's fighting with the rules. He's fighting with the book. Everybody will pull back eventually. And he will be standing alone. Did you hear what that Nigerian zoo lawyer said? Is it Larambaran Babambrambra? I can't pronounce the name anyway. The man who said that Nnamdi Kanu denied being a member of IPOB. Did you hear what he said? He said, our gadgets are ready. He didn't say our evidence. So our gadgets are ready. And now you should understand the role the game of incitement is going to play. You should understand why he specifically talk about gadget, and all of you get ready. Propaganda, get ready. You are encouraging the people. Hey, we are winning. Hey, one for us. We have won. Who are you deceiving? How long are we going to deceive our people? Let us go back. So the essence of written law is in no way meant for educational purpose. It is to stand as evidence against the people. And so when Nnamdi Kanu is presented before the competent court jurisdiction, they will now begin to quote him as recorded in his count charges. That you, Nnamdi Kanu, Oku Kanu, even though we know it's not your original name, that on so date to so date, you called the Nigerian population to kill civilians and military security men family. Are you guilty or you are not guilty? He said, I'm not guilty, I'm not guilty. And then they played the audio for him. Do you recognize this voice? He said, yes, I recognize it. Is it your voice? He will say, no, it's not my voice. Or Setiana, get ready. So all those times he was doing like a jagaban that he is not, an emperor that is not. All of you are happy. Because when he finished broadcasting, he will delete his post. But we begin to tell you, be careful. Now they cannot come on air and lie. He saw the evidence were there. They deleted all of them. But people who are watching, so they recorded all of them also. So if you think they are going to play audio that is a transcript from another audio, film or write-up, you lie. It's your own evidence, first class. And now, in the real sense, a constitution that guides the people is supposed to be unwritten. When the children of Israel started, if you check from the dispensation of conscience down to Egypt, dispensation of conscience has only one law to obey. And then in the wilderness, they got 10 commandments. The process of going through the wilderness, the days of Joshua, the judges, it became almost 500 commandments. And they passed through the eras of the prophet and prophetess. They have about 760 commandments to obey. And then in the era of Jesus Christ, the end of the ministry, according to record coming from Phoenix Dix, one of the highest Bible commentator the world has ever known, it said Christians today have 1,050 laws to obey. And now I can assure you that they don't even know the 10 commandments. How could they possibly study 1,050 commandments? And that is to tell you, God placed the written and unwritten constitution for a simple purpose. I'm writing it and handing it over to you, so that when it happens, you will not say, I'm not aware. But in the real sense, you don't need this written document to even control you. Because Jesus said, the reason I come is that this very commandment will be written in your heart. It needed to be in our heart. And that reminds me back to who we are, going back to our roots. And I want to believe God in no time we will go back to our roots, one way or the other. Because people need to be able to see clearly the truth behind everything we are doing. Our fathers, they never had written constitution. I challenge you. But everybody know the rules. Everybody know the regulation. Before the colonial master or the imperialists step their foot in Biafra land, we already have the commandment written in the Bible. And I have not laid hand on any book and said this is the commandment written by our ancestors. But if I tell you how we operate, some rules and regulations that guide us in our community, you will think I'm from Enugwezike. And sometimes you think I'm from Bayelsa. I was talking to my friend from Umbiama some 3 days ago. And he was telling me about Idehi. No, about Otamba. And I was saying, you people call it Otamba. He said, yes. I said, what does it mean? He explained. And we call it Otamba. And it's the same thing. And I can be very sure my ancestors never go to Bayelsa. I won't tell you Bayelsa migrate from my village, neither my village migrate from Bayelsa. But you see, there were code of conduct, all written down in the heart of the people. And so even without the evidence of written constitution, the people know the law already. The conscience becomes the guide. We must advance to that stage. We must go back to that stage, or else we are gone as a people. Let me show you how it works. For instance, the Bible says you will work for so days, and on the 7th day you will rest. Observe it as a Shabbat unto the Lord. Do you know that the 4 market days, if you count it 7, on the 4th day, which is supposed to be 8, is a rest day. Any market that enter there, you have to rest. Do you know that without any written constitution, that it is forbidden in our place to have carnal knowledge of a woman under her menstruation? It's not in any book. But as community differs, consequences differ. Do you know that in our place, the reason why after famine you are not allowed to harvest every crop in your farm is because God wants the widows, the orphan, the less privileged to be able to go back to that your farm and make a living for themselves. Do you know? My place, they call it Ubeko. Once you finish your harvest, there are some crops that are left behind. There are people in the village, they don't have father, they don't have mother, life is difficult for them. They go to your farm, we call it Ubeko. Ubeko, that is what we call it. You have finished harvesting. And when they go there, they see cocoyam, they can see potato, they can see cassava. You have finished harvesting, it's no longer your own. Depending on the person that is responsible for that farming, if they know the law of God, and these people can feed, and it is God who feeds them. These are rules, regulation. They forbid killing. They forbid killing. Those of you on Facebook, that one is IPOB, unknown government. That is what some of you in America, you paid money for. They should come and destabilize your village. I think it's reaching all of you small. And the zombies who are doing Oshobe, just look at them closely. Chinasa is betraying them one after the other. They have the law, they have the rules. But today, we have forgotten all of them. But we keep telling Nigeria, obey the rule of law, constitutional this, constitutional that. Look at the level where we have gone to. And that is why the de facto customary government, when they came forth, they understand that the first thing we need to do is to reorganize ourselves as a people. In this instance, we must go beyond the written document. It must come and be implemented in our heart, just like the way it is handed over to us by our ancestors, which can only be compared to the doctrine of Christ. The ability to adapt into this system of judicial empowerment, as I call it, by the way of civil education, will give us enormous advantage over the issues that plague us in our society as a people. It will aid us with political advantage, economic advantage. There are social advantage there, decency, and you have integrity. There will be room for fairness, justice, and equitable society. It is as simple as that. We must not only have these rules, laws, and regulations written down to guide us. Go and ask IPOB. They have every code of every written document. They don't obey anyone. Simple instruction that has been there right from our origin. All they needed to do is to activate it. It's functioning. They are even destroying it. Every day we keep telling you, join the de facto customary government. Every day we keep reminding you, look for a pro-Biafran group and join. Based on the ideology they project, if you love what they are fighting for, join them. We are looking for one thing. That is why I constantly tell you, you come to Biafra Nation Alliance. There is so much work for us to do. And you are part of that mission. You must get involved. Because it's not just about quoting the law. It is making this law, these rules and regulation as part of your beating heart. Everything you think must be guided by rules and regulation. This is our value. This is our core principle that governs us as a people. These are what Mazim Efo keep telling you. We cannot allow our value to be destroyed. The de facto customary government understand that first of all, there must be a code of governance. They started from a particular first phase, I will call it, to empty your fears. If you have access to it, you see, it begins to tell you what you have right to do and what you don't have right to do. What you have, the issue of judgment is still being reviewed, and some delicate matters cannot be concluded until every stakeholder, every competent member that makes up Biafra are on the table. There is need for Biafrans to rise. We have told you before, everything that will give you Biafra, now they cannot have destroyed all of them. We are the victim. And now it looks as if we are the predator. Everything, as we are broadcasting now, they are still discussing. We have tried our best. We can't help you. You should go and join Nigeria politics. So when they gave Sunday Igboho or Sunday Ohoho, when they gave him 10 million for agitating for Duduwa Nation, they didn't give him any condition. And when they gave him now the kind of 1 million, they gave him condition, politics. And Ohanese has jumped in there. We have told them it's a political solution. We got to solution it. And they're going to solution. Why are we deceiving our people? When Mazio Diogene was on air, Mazio Bidi said something encouraging the people of Edo State to rise up. And I noticed that sensation in his voice. I feel the pain. He said we were almost there until something went wrong. I knew he was practically not going to cause an Kano. Edo people has risen up. Just like they said, all of us are suffering in one Nigeria. We can't deceive ourselves. It's just that other people have a way of reciprocating in issues of this nature. And so it doesn't matter what you heard. It doesn't matter what you believe. It doesn't matter what your plans is. It doesn't matter the mindset you have. But what is important is that every minority, every component nation trapped inside Nigeria, you need help. Forget about those who are temporarily feeding on the misery of others. It will get to all of us one after the other. And so people are eagerly waiting to see Nnamdi Kanu collect his own political cake and walk away. They gave him oil well, he rejected. They gave him Queen of England half of the palace, he rejected. They gave him part of heaven. He said no, he want Biafra. And you are rejoicing that, they gave him 1 million or 1 billion. Who is deceiving who here? There is only one thing that will save us. Go back to your core value. Go back to your value system. Go back to your law, your rules and regulation. That is what we project here. That is what we preach here. And that is what we practice. This is the only thing that will save us. And so, to be able to restore Biafra, it is important. The de facto customary government immediately introduced the code of governance. And why that is still being reviewed, and why that process is still ongoing, we are now in another stage. A stage referred to as civic enlightenment, civic education. It is going to take a process. You need to know what you are supposed to do and what you are not supposed to do. And then once you are mature enough, you don't need anybody to tell you what to do and what not to do. That is what we are here to do. We take you through the primary principle to be enlightened, to know the genuine constitution written in the heart of man, not made by man, to subdue man or manipulate another man. Do you know there are little things we were taught as children which has become motivating factor in the whole of our life? As a child, when I eat with my father, and my mother will arrange big meats in my father's soup, and while we are eating, I will use my hand and draw one meat, and then I will look my father's eye. I will now do pepper. My father will remove his eye as if he didn't see me. And me now, as a child that I am, I will think it's okay, it's well with my father. He's not complaining. And then I grab the meat, confirm grabbing. And then my father will give me slap, better slap, back of my head. And I throw the meat down. I say, what I say, what is it? What is it? So you can imagine eating meat. My meat. And we may think he is harsh. We may think, what kind of father is that? Till tomorrow, it doesn't happen. You see, a child that continues doing that thing is always a thief. You have not finished eating. You want to eat meat. And so, it's not written anywhere. But in my house where I come from, the moment you take meat, that means you have finished eating. You must stand up from that dining table. And you cannot take meat from your father's soup except he asks you to do that. There are some people when they are eating, they are chewing their meat. We don't do that. But I'm not telling you we are better than you. But supposedly, these are some of the value that is implanted in our heart to checkmate our conscience and that desire to steal. And so you have conscience. People of Biafra, this is the time you need to come back home. Let us start all over again. And for those of you rejoicing, it takes the law to build a nation. You can go ahead and make the same mistake Nnamdi Kanu is making. Help him, support him, destroy everything. We are here. But very soon you will understand. If he had obeyed the law when he was arrested in 2015, Nigerians were running up and down. Today they are joined the case. Tomorrow they want Islamic testimonial. The next day they want masquerade to testify. They were running helter-skelter looking for her to nail Nnamdi Kanu. He was bold. He was flaming like a fire. He was unapproachable. He was everywhere. His presence harassed and intimidated everybody. He was doing selfie inside court. Why? Because his hand is clean. Jesus said, for the prince of the world has been loosed against me. It's just that they found nothing in me. The whole world was loosed against Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB. But just that they couldn't hold them anywhere. until when they finished the negotiation, sealing and documented, Nnamdi Kanu came. He sold his position. Today, what are you seeing? You can't even show Nnamdi Kanu new picture. His new court picture. You can't even show it. You are going about with his old picture. Hey, he's a prisoner of conscience. Hey, he lost his morale to address those people who are supposedly unjustly holding him. Why? Because they found things against him. He can embrace everybody. Embrace women with big breasts. Embrace all those Yahoo lawyers who are social media lawyers. Embrace everybody. Oh, very loving. That is how you are going to embrace. Collect your own share and come out so that we know what we are doing. Because the negotiation is taking too long and it is delaying everything we are doing. Just play a video of Nnamdi Kanu going to court in 2015, 2016, and 2017. Then take a picture of Nnamdi Kanu going to court in 2021. And tell me that you are not sensitive enough to know that something is not right. If we continue to abuse the image of Biafra, if we continue to follow the values, the core principle of our ancestors, if we continue to live this wayward and scallywag life, my brother, very soon you won't even mention Bia. And some of you are even trying to drag Igbo nation into the mud. Is that what your father told you? Is that the value your ancestors left for you? Go and read Things Fall Apart. Those who told the path you are following this moment, go and look at the end of it. What led to Okonkwo's death? His downfall began the moment he wanted to show he is brave. And what did he do? He killed Ikemefuna. They have warned him. This boy call you father, do not have hand in his killing. I call them names. They answer me. In most cases, even more than 100 meters away from my house, they hear my perfume. I'm telling you, Okoko. I say I call them and they answer me. And you know the problem now? I can't kill any of them. Because they look like human being to me already. They look like human being. They are mature enough. When I want to kill anyone, I hold and look, I go cut the neck. I just leave them. But Okonkwo have the mind. So people can say he's a warrior, he's a Superman, he's a fearless. And he strike Ikemefuna. And after that day, he lost control over the spiritual and physical realm. He hanged himself and died like a coward in the end. The same way we want Nnamdi Kanu, stop doing that. Go to my Facebook. I want Nnamdi Kanu, don't strike Uche Mefo. Uche Mefo call you father, don't strike him. Because when I finish doing my job, I'll put it on Facebook. Intellectuals don't even know. The signal is going out to the right people. They are reading my full stop and typographic error in the ara. Now he has struck so many people. They have not started talking though. All of you say ESN, SSM, unknown gunmen, gun no men. All of you, you don't even know what you have, the seed you have sown. Pray that these very pro-Biafran groups will be able to quench this evil. Since now they cannot start deriving joy in killing his own. Announcing their name on radio. How far? Your propaganda is losing its weight. Your blackmail is losing its weight. Everything you are doing is falling down. Now you understand. It was not you being an orator. It was not you being very educated. It did not you being God that led us here. It was truth. Truth brought us here. With the embodiment of love. It was truth that brought us here. We could easily identify in our sufferings. It was truth that brought us here. The truth that Nigeria has suffered our people so much. The truth that we need to liberate our people. The truth that Nigerian constitution needs to be reviewed. The truth that there is need to call for referendum. The truth that there need to be devolution of power. The truth that Ojukwu demand for restructure was timely and very important for us as a people. I will stop there at this moment and our lines are open. If you are able to call in and make your contribution. Our people must go back. Look at the values of your ancestors. Let this law be written in you. You know them already. I think most people forget why we are here. We are here not to kill Hausa and Yoruba. It's not to kill Yoruba, not to talk of our own people. We are here because we want to get our life back. And there are ways to get it. A lot of people understand that no matter what you do at this moment, no matter the drama you put up, the talent display, it will not work. We need to engage the global community through the preamble of law. Make no mistake about that. Our lines are open at this moment, and as always, our direct line is just a minute. Just a minute. Yes, our direct line is 081-221-52971. 081-221-52971. The direct line once again is 081-221-52971. And our WhatsApp line is 070-815-45642. 070-815-45642. Of course, if you are able to call in and make your contribution. Yes, a caller on the line, your name and where are you calling from? Caller on the line.
Hello.
Good evening from here. Your name and where are you calling from?
Okay, good evening. My name is Maya Chimecha. I'm from Aba.
You're welcome to the program. Go ahead, please.
Please, I joined late this evening. I heard you say something about Martin and Nikala. I just want to ask you, what is the crime of Martin and Nikala? What has been done wrong? Just for the purpose of recording. That's my first question.
Yes.
Then, secondly, I thought that we all are pursuing a common enemy. Why is it that every time that you are focusing on it, you don't normally talk against evil that the Nigerian government are doing against Biafra? You always kick against IPOB. I hope that all this trouble that you are putting to
ask I've asked almost 2 questions now. You are on the third one. Don't conclude for me. Ask me a question, then I will respond to you. Are you through with your question?
Refer to what is the crime of Martin and I want to know. What is his crime?
To the best of my knowledge. Let me answer you now. What is the crime of Nnamdi Kanu? Did you hear the charge against him in Nigerian court? This recent case?
Yes, I heard it. Yes, I
Did you know the charge of Nigerian court against him in 2015?
Yes.
And so why did they amend the charges? Are they still the same? And why did they amend the charges? Answer me so that it will be easy for everyone to learn.
What you are trying to say that is it that the charge that they level against him is true or false?
I'm asking you, did they amend the charge? If you don't want to answer me, that you want us to begin to ask ourselves questions, I will cut you off.
I ask you a question.
Now answer me to enable our listeners learn from this discussion. Or you just come to behave like punk, because what they do is they call and insult you and then they walk away. But it's not changing anything. If you really have the interest of our people at heart, let us analyze it. I'm not in a hurry. We can be here till the next day. Let our people benefit from it now. I thought you love your people. I ask you a simple question. The charge against him on the Kanu in 2015 and the charge against him now, are they the same?
They are not the same.
So why did they change now? Why did they change it?
You are in better position to answer that question.
Now, first of all, you will go to Nigeria and ask them, because I'm not Nigeria. And then the second of it, you said he look as if he's the one killing us. Have you heard of unknown gunmen? Have you heard of unknown gunmen? Let's follow it sequentially now.
Yes, I have heard about unknown gunmen.
So who is unknown gunmen?
Yeah, in better position to answer that. I don't know about
you don't know.
Gunmen.
Now you should be able to find out who these people are before you come and ask me such questions, because you're still very far from reality, and I can't help you at this stage. Who is ESN? Who is ESN?
ESN.
Yes, Eastern Security Defender. Who is the person in charge? Is it Ohanes Ndibu?
Well, let me come.
No, now it's a simple question. ESN, the security outfit. Who is in charge? Is it Ohanes Ndibu? Is it World Igbo Congress? Is it Nigeria? It's Ohamadike. Have you ever had Nnamdi Kanu on any broadcast threatening to kill Ebubago of Ebonyi State? Those of them who join Ebubago with ESM. Have you ever heard him do that? Have you heard Nnamdi Kanu threaten to kill Ebubago members?
You asked me a question.
My brother, it's my turn. It's my turn. Have you heard Nnamdi Kanu on Radio Biafra threatening to kill Ebubago members?
No.
You have not. And then go and listen to those videos and come back with your question next time. That is how they behave. This man is not truthful, because he come and lie openly. I want to defend what is undefensible. When you call, you want to discuss. I am happy and I will respond to you. But if you are lying, I will cut you off. Caller on the line, your name and where are you calling from?
I'm calling from New York. My name is Onyekachi.
Yes, you're welcome to the program. Go ahead, please.
Thank you, my brother. I see the work, but you know what is happening in our land now. What is happening in our land is we are in bondage here. We don't have we don't know anything. And this party is saying this party is saying that. We don't know who to follow again. But one thing I'm begging you people is, please, we need to be free from this bondage these people have put in us into. Please, not the kind of life. If you, I beg, this is not matter of money.
God will bless you, my
power. But anything we can put in, I always kind of what they call communism. We have most of this. I'm ONYIBE. We call it no monna. Let us work together to achieve something that will good for our people. I thank you for your work. I thank what is his name? Obienu. I always had in voice. Thank you, ONYIBE. Thank you very much for your good work.
God bless you. Thank you. It is simple. Our fathers taught us to say the truth. Anytime I commit big offense at home, the only way I will escape my father's wrath is, did you do that? I will say, yes sir, yes sir. He will just look at me and walk away. It may be very bad eye looking, but he will walk away. And if I try to find out why I was not punished, it is because I admitted that I committed that crime. Of course, they already know I was responsible. And so those who know the truth, you should not be asking questions to which you already know the answer. What is the crime of Nnamdi Kanu? What is the... Nnamdi Kanu has done very wrong things. Nnamdi Kanu has betrayed me. He has betrayed many Biafrans. He has led so many of them to their death. Go and find out Akowara. Onwukwe Nwanze is a living testimony. Nnamdi Kanu actually declared them wanted. Onwukwe Nwanze, Ruby Matthew, and then Akowara Basil. And then what happened? The next morning, Akowara Basil from Imo State disappeared till this very moment. And you are not asking me, go and look for Ojuku, go and look for Obasi, go and look for Onyeburibu, go and look for all the CSO who refused to join his criminal enterprise. All of them, he declared them wanted. And somebody is asking, what did Nnamdi Kanu do? No, Nnamdi Kanu is a reverend father. He didn't do anything. And then the few questions I ask you, you have not been able to answer them. That is the problem. This is not a platform to deceive ourselves. This is the place to tell our people the truth and save them from the pending doom. Caller on the line, your name and where are you calling from? Caller on the line.
You cut me off.
Yes, go and do revision. I have to cut you off because if you call me, you ask me question, allow you to ask me, and now I want to respond to you, and you are defending Nnamdi Kanu, the criminal, head of finance Nnamdi Kanu and his relative, everything Nnamdi Kanu. My dear, it is not possible. I don't discuss with people like that. This is human right, human being radio station, human being. And then before we talk of the right there, it is not for iPunk. When I drive for Google shop, they are analyze the broadcast. When you are supposed to help our people, you are coming to defend Nnamdi Kanu. Look at how Nigerians are proud, amending charges. Why? They told him they have a gadget waiting for him. I'm joined by Dr. Kado at this moment. Can you hear me, sir?
Good evening, Good evening, well done. Yes, speaking is Emeka Okiado is from Etiti, the Kigo province of Biafra land. Once again, I'm here with you and thank you for having me. I renew my appreciations to our great listeners and good people of Biafra and friends of Biafra. Well done again. I just was eager to hear from you after your presentation. Very wonderful one, please. Even it was sufficient for the program, in the sense that had you closed the program, the knowledge will still remain. Because, and then I was annoyed with the charlatan that called, because he's a charlatan. He was trying to disorganize us with the knowledge you have impacted, because his stupid was unreasonable in the sense that you're not doing your studio in Biafran Human Rights and Freedom Radio is not Abuja Tribunal or Court. If he wants to know the crime now the committee, he should go and ask the prosecutors and the Nigerian court, not you. So let him not be asking unreasonable questions. What we are only trying to do here, we are also speaking as victims, not as what does he think that we were doing here. So, but however, that's the charlatan problem that we're having. Or they need rehabilitation, as I said. And then we have to be very careful, because it's the type that provokes Obienu so much that, if he is online, he would be very, very annoyed, of not. But you are a veteran in the transmission. You've seen a lot of them. You know how to handle them. So what I am trying to say, he shouldn't distract what you have. You've impacted a great lesson, both technical and that of common sense, and it was well understood. In all we are saying, if he thought that we might be malicious as his leader, if I might use the expression of Chidera, we may say that we wish him well, but what he should know is that he's asking about he forgot that even the injury he's undergoing or the stay he's self-inflicted, then